Amy, how are you?
Good, how are you? Hi.
I'm very good. It's very nice to meet this way. It's a lovely.
Yeah.
As is the case with the Canadian comedy industry, I've obviously heard lots of wonderful things about you from mutual friends and so forth. So I was very excited to hear that you are coming and playing Hubcap in February. Have you been to New Brunswick before?
No, I haven't.
Cool. What have you heard about New Brunswick?
The people are awesome. I'll be honest with you. Yeah.
That is true. That is definitely true. What about Februaries in New Brunswick?
Mixed reviews.
Yeah. And that is the wonderful thing about Hubcap, I think, is that they go out of their way to make sure that there's so many amazing parties and fun things happening that the weather is not a problem. So how long have you been doing stand-up for now?
4.5 years.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And what was it that what was it that spurred you? Because presumably it was a dream to do it. And then what was the thing that spurred you to do that first open mic?
Peer pressure from my friend. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. She wanted to do a video project about somebody doing it the first time, so I couldn't back out. Yeah.
Nice. So you were kind of forced into it. And then did the bug/addiction kick in first time?
Oh, right away. Yeah, absolutely right away.
And what was that like? Like when you were up there and you got that first laugh, like what did kind of like something go off in your mind and you go, yeah, I've got to.
Oh, yeah, just like, I'm going to do this forever now, for sure. Yeah.
That's awesome, and of course, it's wonderful that you're coming to Moncton, and of course, the great thing about Hubcap is that unlike a lot of festivals, they give everyone like longer sets. Like everyone's doing half an hour, you get a chance to breathe, and of course, you're doing 3 or 4 sets a night. So you come off and that feeling when you come off stage and you go, I want to do that again. You can, right? It's
yeah, great.
And obviously, unlike a lot of other kind of countries, Canada doesn't really have like a star system per se. So it's obviously things like, Hubcap Comedy Festival and other comedy festivals that kind of keep this industry, fun. And you've obviously been involved with Sirius as well. What are your experience with Sirius? Like, they're obviously a sponsor of the festival. They do lots of wonderful things for Canadian comedy. How have they been for you?
Oh, yeah, amazing. Like one of the few people that will pay you and treat you nice and make you feel special.
And that's important for us to do what we do, right?
Yeah.
Because traditionally in this job, we don't feel special.
A lot of bars, late at night, not feeling special,
That is a beautiful one line that sums up this business to a T. A lot of bars, not feeling special late at night. So I'm assuming if you haven't been to New Brunswick before, you've never tried dulse before?
I have no idea what that is.
You have no idea? Okay, basically, I'm obviously not from New Brunswick, but now I live here, I'm forced to eat it. It is basically dried seaweed. So when you're here, will you try some of our...
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I'm good for everything.
It's good.
I like to eat, so...
That's excellent.
Yeah.
And what are your kind of favourite places to perform? I know you perform obviously a lot where you live in Calgary. Do you have a favourite club? And what is it about that club that makes you keep going back over and over?
Two of my favourite places to perform in Calgary are Comedy Monday Night at Broken City and Jupiter Comedy at Oak Tree Tavern. Because a bunch of people that are there just to see what weird things will happen. Yeah.
So anything can happen there?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the wonderful thing about experimenting and stuff with stand-up is a lot of people think that as comics we look forward to the big shows or the recorded sets and that kind of thing. But really, the nights that we're the happiest is when we're up there with a piece of paper testing new stuff, not knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah. When a new joke works, that's the best.
So true. And who were your kind of comedy icons, like either growing up or when you started out? Like, who were the people you looked up to and how did they inspire you?
Well, when I first started stand-up, I saw Maria Bamford, and she was someone who kind of like changed it for me. Just like, wow, you can be that good and just be that weird at the same time was really, really cool to see. Yeah.
And what else do you love about her? Like, you've obviously seen a lot of her stuff, like, and I mean, she's just such a magnetic stage presence. But as you say, what's so brilliant about her is you can't pigeonhole her and you're not quite sure what you're seeing, but all you know is that you're laughing.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. It's so unique. Yeah.
And you obviously got other friends coming to the festival and stuff. Who are you looking forward to seeing? Who are you looking forward to hanging out with?
Oh, I heard Corey Mack's coming, so I'm very excited to hang out with her and chill out with her. She's great. Yeah.
Right. Well, I can guarantee you that New Brunswickers will definitely show you a good time while you're here.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to it.
And it's always a great time, and it's just one of those experiences where, you know, it's holiday camp for comedians. You know, we're either on the road by ourselves, but you know, suddenly we're all together, we're all having fun, and it's a blast. Where do you see comedy going in the next 10 years? Like, do you feel like there's been a kind of cultural or political shift in stand-up, or do you just see it as an industry where, you know, we're there to make people laugh? Like, how do you see it evolving?
I don't know. I hope it gets like a little bit weirder. I see more women, more people of color, that kind of thing. Just being like very diverse and just strange, and yeah, that's what I hope.
Yeah, it's true, and it's funny you say that. It's something which we're kind of aspiring for here. Like the New Brunswick comedy scene 10 years ago was 4 comedians. Now there's like 50. And Nikki Payne was very frustrated with the lack of female comics, so she set up these workshop groups for either people that have done stand-up for a bit or women that had never tried it, just to basically make that number slightly more even. Yeah. And so, yeah, you're coming to the right place, and she does these classes in Moncton, funnily enough.
Oh, yeah, that's a great way to get people started, yeah.
Because there's loads of people out there. And what would you say to people that are out there that are thinking about doing it? And, you know, because you've obviously, you know, you've had, you became very good very quickly at it. And, of course, you know, you're kind of proof that with hard work that can happen. Was that, what would you like to say to people out there that kind of haven't, you know, especially women out there that are thinking, I should try that?
Oh, just do it. Like, so many people don't even try it, because you're going to know right away if you like it or not, I find. So just try it. Like, what's the worst that can happen, you know?
That's exactly it, yeah. It's very true. And do you have any, like, pre-show rituals before you go on stage? Anything that you have to do or anything you have to touch? Or, I mean, I'm very OCD, that's why I say that. But, like, anything you have to wear? Like, what are your kind of rituals before a show?
Usually just a set list, and then trying to talk myself out of being so nervous.
Yeah. Well, what's your way of doing that? Because it's a weird dichotomy with stand-up where we have to go out and look the most confident we've ever looked, but at the same time, and make it look natural, but we're racking through the Rolodex in our head, working out what we're going to say, address everything that's in the room. And of course, you know, we know that if we look nervous, it won't go well. But yeah, it's natural to feel that. What kind of things do you tell yourself before you go out?
Oh, I don't know. Just that it's not going to suck.
That's a good mantra. Yeah. That's a good mantra for life. Don't suck, right? We should all tell ourselves that. Yeah. And like, what's your describe your perfect gig to me? Like, you know, if you can think back to like, you know, the show that you've enjoyed the most, where you just came off and went, yes, like, what was that feeling like, and where was it?
Anywhere where they laugh at your setups as well as your jokes, makes me feel real nice. Happens, a bit in Calgary here, and then there's a festival in Winnipeg called Odd Block that, they laugh at everything, and it's great.
Perfect. And you know what makes me happy is I know that you'll be adding Hubcap to that list of places, because New Brunswickers, we love to laugh. You know, when you're in a place where sometimes, you know, sometimes we're the underdog here. So everyone, when they come out, I think that's the important point, is that the best festivals and the best clubs are the ones where people come out to laugh, which sounds weird, but until you've performed in, you know, I mean, Toronto's arguably like that, but England, where I'm from, literally audiences come out just to ruin the lives of comedians.
I have heard that.
Yeah, it's true. So to suddenly move to a country where people buy a ticket because they like stand-up, it was like really? Cool. Well, I can't wait to meet with you and hang out with you in Moncton. Is there anything you'd like to say to people out there? Like, you know, you're doing obviously 3 shows a night. What can people expect from your show, and why should they come?
If you like deadpan comedy, if you like something a little bit weird, please come. I'm really excited to meet you all, and I'm so excited to be in New Brunswick for the very first time.
That is awesome, Amy. Thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful day, night in Calgary. I'm all time zone mixed up, but you're amazing. Can't wait to hang with you, and have an awesome night.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers. Thank you very much. Cheers.